Mystic, and I'm back with another pick a card. I guess it's a pick a card reading because there's one card that you can pick. You can pick the whole deck. Anyway, thank you for coming over and watching this video. This is going to be the January 2021 video. What is coming toward it, you guys? January 2021. I did a January through April video. I'm gonna probably I'll think about dropping that one, but I'm not sure if I want to do a 4-month one or if I want to do month by month because my god, 2020 sucked, and it just seemed like around every turn somebody was using their free will to change everything up, so things weren't always set in stone. I mean, things aren't always set in stone. People have free will, they can do what they want to do. But it seems like when I do readings for shorter periods of time, more things are set than doing one for like 4 months or for a whole year. So with that being said, I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And I thank you guys who've been donating for my birthday, which is January 11th. I thank you guys for that. If you need a personal reading that only resonates with you, you can contact me through email and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I'm thinking about running a special which will show up in the community tab on readings because why not? Yeah, these are not personal readings. They will not resonate with everyone, and that's fine. No big deal. Just means the reading is for somebody else today. If it doesn't resonate with you, please remember that these are not personal. Most people do get a message, but it's for so many people. So many people watch it. There are some times where I will get a very specific message for a very specific person. And it just is what it is, you know? But anyway, I feel like rambling today, I guess. Deck number 1, number 2, and number 3, what is coming towards you guys January 2021. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into the reading. I've rambled for like 2.5 minutes now. So deck number 1. What is coming towards you guys January 2020? I hope you guys can hear me. Every time I use my phone, the audio goes in and out, and it just kind of sucks because I think I'm talking loud enough and then I'll like shift and the audio will go in and out and you can hear me, but I'm like talking lower. I don't know how to fix it. I tried headphones and that sounded muffled, so anyway, deck number 1. What is coming towards you guys January 2021? We're going to do this is the first 2 weeks of January 2021. Coming towards Seeker, January, the first 2 weeks of January 2021. I used to do it for the whole month, and then I was like, why am I doing a whole month and then a mid-month? I can just do 2 weeks and then 2 other weeks. So, what is coming toward the Seekers? My cards are getting bent, so I might do it the opposite way. Please remember, these are not personal readings. They will not resonate with everyone. That's okay, no big deal. Just means the reading is for somebody else today. If you guys want a personal reading that only resonates with you, you can contact me through email and I'll get back to you guys as soon as I possibly can. Now, I want to thank you guys who've been liking and sharing, and I especially want to thank you guys who've donated toward my birthday, which is January 11th. You guys are awesome. Donations are not required, but they are always appreciated. What is coming toward the Seeker? Deck number 1, January 2021. It's first 2 weeks. The Chariot. This is getting in my face. The Queen of Cups and the Death card. So, What it looks like is it really looks like somebody's not paying attention. Now, this not paying attention kind of ends up with this person having a situation end permanently or transform permanently. Because here's what I'm seeing: this guy looks like he's on his phone. This lady looks like she is just staring at this cup, not paying attention to what's going on around her, not paying attention to the waters rising around her, not paying attention to what's basically going on in uh, her surrounding area, right? And then this card shows up, and then there's sorrow and regret. Death is coming on its horse, coming through to you know take take who's going to go and then leave who's not going to go, because you see down here there are people who are lit out, and then there are people who are grieving. So I'm not saying somebody's going to die, but I'm definitely saying if you're texting and driving, don't do that shit. Come on now. But what I'm getting the most is that somebody is just not paying attention, and it ends up in a situation where um, they the situation that they're not paying attention to comes to the point where it ends or transitions permanently into something else. It also kind of feels like an emotional closure, because the chariot is it's a cancer card for it signifies the sign of cancer, and cancers can be very very emotional people. They can be people who are they get very angry, they get very hurt, they hold grudges, they do things that are very. Sometimes their emotions get the better of them, and they can do things that they fly off the handle sometimes, and they do things that they might regret later. But I'm kind of seeing that this person might be a cancer, or they might just have an emotional situation going on that they get closure from. Now, and I want to see. Oops, oops. There goes the tower card. So with the tower card here with the chariot card, I really don't like that together because it looks like a car crash. Because the chariot can indicate a car or a vehicle. So if just pay attention while you're driving. I'm not saying that um, there will be a car crash. I'm just saying that it's best for you guys to pay attention while you're driving. Definitely pay attention while you're driving. Don't text while you're driving. Um, and don't drive extremely fast when you know you shouldn't be. And make sure you're always paying attention while you're. I can't stop saying that. Pay attention while you're driving, okay? Especially the first 2 weeks of January. Now, the Nine of Swords also came out with the Eight of Wands, which this can indicate anxiety. Uh, yeah, I feel like somebody might also be heading for an emotional kind of like situation like this, where the tower's coming down and you can't. The foundations of the tower are being washed away really quickly, which is interesting because this lady is sitting here in water, and I'm like, she needs to be paying attention to what's going on around her. Now, I feel like this is an emotional situation. Somebody might have emotional breakdown, or a reason, like something pops up that they didn't expect, and it causes them to have a kind of like emotional breakdown situation where they can't handle it, and it feels really bad, and they end up in a situation where they might not be able to sleep, they might not be able um, to focus, they might end up having nightmares, night terrors, um, and it's because they weren't paying attention in the beginning. Now, what I'm kind of getting is like a lot of us, we like to shove our emotions down, We don't want to deal with them. We don't want to look at why we're feeling sad or um, frustrated, hurt. We want to just push it down and say it didn't happen, or we're okay, or it is what it is, and try and just get over it, right? But if you don't look at your emotional baggage, if you don't look at, um, if you don't deal with these things and acknowledge, yes, this happened, yes, it it was horrible. This is how it made me feel, and this is why it happened. And maybe even go talk to a therapist. I'm a big advocate. I mean, not advocate, but I'm a big supporter of people who go to see therapists or people who feel like they need help and they get professional help. Right? I'm like, go do it. Don't sit around and be like, oh yeah, I don't know. There's a stigma? No, just go do it because if you don't have your mind, what do you really have? You know? You can have all the money in the world, but if you lost your mind, the fuck, But anyway, if you guys hear this noise, there's a refrigerator right here that uh, the compressor kicked on or something. But anyway, what I'm seeing here is like emotional distress. But the biggest thing that I'm getting is you can kind of avoid like really 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 horrible outcomes if you just acknowledge the problem and work on trying to fix that problem. If you are the kind of person who's like, I don't have any problems, everything is great, and your life is falling apart, this is kind of for you. And I feel like a lot of you guys might be in denial, which is why the tower is coming around, um, and the water is rising, and you're not paying attention. You're like, well, if I just ignore it, it'll go away. It won't. One way or the other, it's going to come down, and you're gonna have to deal with it eventually. Now, that being said, I'm kind of getting this card as advice to. You see this guy on here? He looks upset. He looks really like he's trying to attack someone. The words are coming in quickly. The the arrows are coming in quickly. All of these things are like being thrown. The advice that I'm getting here is to not do this. Um, Try and think with a cool and clear head when you're having conversations with people, and know that even though all this stuff looks really horrible, you can beat it because down here on this woman's bed, hold on one second. Okay, down here on this woman's bed, I don't know if you can see. There's a guy with a sword and another person who's being beaten down, and she's got her sword up here, just getting ready to start this fight. Right down here, she's already won the fight. Know that you can win the fight. It might be hard, but you can beat the enemy, whatever that is for you. You just have to. Um, I'm hearing have a little faith and be courageous because you might feel like everybody around you is attacking you, um, and that everything is a nightmare. Like this is like a nightmare realized right here. It's like a nightmare that's been realized, and you're like, oh my god, what do I do? How do I get out of this? And the fact of the matter is, you're gonna have to face the demons to make it through. Give me a second. I think that somebody is gonna be knocking on my door. Sorry about that. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that. Anyway, so what is coming towards you guys? January 2021. It looks like the first 2 weeks are going to be kind of hard. And I kind of see like this is something that's been going on for a while. It's not necessarily something that is brand new. So you guys are going to have to like look around, pay attention, focus, and the advice for you guys is to Know that you have what you need to fight your way out, and don't, do not blow up and fly off the handle. If people are doing this towards you, try and stay calm and cool and take it all in. Listen to what they're saying because some of the stuff that they're going to say is going to be valid. And don't don't get mad at them for being mad at you. Try and listen to what they're saying so that you can be. This is also about strategy. Be strategic. And um, I just keep hearing listen to what they're saying. Pay attention and don't fight it so hard. Especially if it's something that you want to hold on to, but you know you need to let it go. Let it go. Whatever the situation is, just let it go. Um, let it go. Face your demons, and whatever the case may be, the situation is going to end. And the more that you fight it and cause, the more that you fight it and thrash around, the worse it's going to be because you know when you thrash around, you hurt yourself too. So, hope that made some sense. I'm kind of scatterbrained today. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. If you guys want to comment below with whatever the situation is you think is coming to an end right now, I'd like to know. I'm nosy. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys who've been tipping. If you want a tip for my birthday, my information is down below. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye. Deck number 2. What is coming towards you guys? The first 2 weeks of January 2021. Ha! What is coming towards you guys the first 2 weeks of January 2021? What is coming towards the seekers of pile number 2? The first 2 weeks of January 2021. First 2 weeks of January 2021. Please remember, these are not personal. They will not resonate with everyone, and that's okay, no big deal. It just means the reading is for somebody else today. You guys need a person reading that only resonates with you. You can contact me through email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Now, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tip, donate, comment. What's coming toward the seeker? One last time. Whoops. What is coming toward the seekers of deck number 2? First 2 weeks of January. What? Why are these? Okay. We're just gonna do this. That's the only one that's reversed in it, looks like. Oh. Okay, so the deck is upside down. Strength card. The Lovers card. And 10 of Swords. So fun. So you got 2 major arcana cards. I always get this card and think of it as an ego thing, like somebody's ego getting stroked because this is a lion. And on the original card, the woman is like trying to tame the lion. And in my mind, Leos all have big egos because in my mind, the ego lives in the head. And Leos always have a thing with the head, so I kind of feel like they always have big egos. One way or the other, they always have big egos. Now, the strength card can also indicate like being strong, but I'm already getting ego from this. Then we got the Gemini card, which is the Lover's card, which can indicate a choice, a relationship, or some kind of divine union, which doesn't have to be a twin flame thing or a soulmate thing. It can be just something that is divinely orchestrated between two people. And this is the Ten of Swords, which, as you can see, this man has been stabbed in the back. So, so many times. Like, look at him. He's been stabbed in the back, in the butt, in the legs. It's like somebody just keeps stabbing this person repeatedly with different swords. Now, this person I'm hearing has been. This can be like a martyr thing where somebody has made a choice and the consequences, which are legitimate consequences of that choice, they feel like um, someone else is doing this to them. Now, the reason why I say that's just kind of like a martyr situation is because he doesn't have to sit there and keep getting stabbed. But somehow, some way, for some reason, he keeps just letting people stab him in the back. Why? Why? You don't have to do that. Just get up and leave. If somebody even looks like they're getting ready to come towards you with the sword, you can just get up and leave. So it feels like victim mentality because ego driven things tend to be distorted and they tend to be unclear or wrong, just flat out wrong. Like people are like, well, they've a lot of people who have ego issues have been hurt a lot in the past, um, and it can go both ways where they have an overinflated ego, where they've been damaged by always getting what they wanted and not having to deal with real life, and then they get hit in the face with real life and they can't deal with it, so they continue to have this big, you know, I'm right, everyone's wrong kind of thing, opposed to people who have been on the other side where they're like, I'm always wrong, and everyone else is right, and that's why they have like a low self esteem. So some people with overinflated egos, they they have the distortion where they they're center of the universe, so they have to be right. Where people on the other side, they feel like they're the gunk on the bottom of somebody's shoe, and they are never right. So it's weird. But what it looks like here is somebody made a big choice and they don't like the consequences of it, and they are feeling like they're the victim, even though they they're just getting the legit consequences of their actions. And I've been around a lot of people who are like this, where they will tell you to your face they're an asshole, but they will try and hoard your attention. And then when you stop giving access to yourself, they are like, well, I don't understand why you don't want to be around me. Well, motherfuckers, because you're an asshole. And I don't want to be around assholes anymore. Here's a tip, guys. If somebody tells you they're an asshole, believe them. And if you don't want your life to be um, affected by assholery, leave them alone. You know? So, what's coming towards you guys? You might have to have the realization that a lot of your stories are like mine, or a lot of your interactions with people are similar, or you're gonna have to actually look at yourself clearly. Because some of you guys are kind of keeping secrets from yourself, and you're not really being observant here of the things that you're keeping from yourself because of whatever ego issue you have or people around you have. And it's like the first 2 weeks of January because the first deck was also challenging, are going to be challenging for everybody. Um, I feel like it's like a lot of inner work throwing itself in your face, and you're like, how did I end up here? Why am I here right now? Why does this keep happening to me? Well, on some level, you did make the decision based on your ego that kind of landed you here. And it's something that you've been ignoring for a long time, and you need to observe this behavior or idea or pattern so that you can break through and move forward. Now you've also got the nine of staffs here, which to me is kind of like um, hypervigilance and this always strikes me as somebody watching. With these two cards here going off on a different tangent altogether, these two cards here to me look like someone is secretly watching. A Leo or a Gemini, but it's not really somebody you want to be watching you. Now, if somebody out there has like a what do you call it? It's a court case or like a workman's comp case. Um, don't be out in the world bouncing around looking like you're youthful and young and stuff. Do what you're supposed to be doing. If you're supposed to be on bed rest, be on bed rest. Because if you're on Facebook showing people that you aren't on bed rest, then one of your friends might turn you in, or you might get stabbed in the back by people that you think are supposed to be helping you. So it's like make the right decision. Don't allow yourself to, don't push yourself too hard. If you're like in your mind, I can do this, I can do that, I should go ahead and do this and do that. No. If you're supposed to be on bed rest, stay in the bed. Okay? Because you might have somebody watching your profile waiting for you to get up and bounce around and walk around and go outside and pick up a box or, just whatever. It's like a private investigator in your bushes watching to see if you really are as hurt as you say you are. But it's coming towards you guys. You might also have challenges around a child because the page of coins can also be a child, um, or school too. Do what you have to do regarding school. I know we just had like a 2 week break or whatever, but make sure that you're doing what you have to do for that because it might come back and bite you in the butt. You may be dealing with a Leo or a Gemini. Those are the two songs I'm getting the biggest. Yeah, the first 2 weeks of like a time of self-reflection. You may also have, if none of that applies to you and you are in a relationship, but you already know that the relationship is rocky and there are like big egos in the relationship, you might end up like having a fight with this person again. And you keep having the situation with this person over and over again. You already know that this person is how they are, right? This person is showing you who they are, and you're finally starting to believe them. And maybe secretly you're deciding that you don't want to do this anymore, and you're just like, I'm gonna sneak away with the kid. All right, so this is kind of getting long. I could keep going, but I'm honestly kind of tired right now. I'm losing my voice. I don't know why. Anyway, I love you guys, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tip, donate, comment. If you guys need a personal reading, my information is down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. That is the only card that's reversed. It was reversed, and I forgot about it. This one was like this. Yeah, you might be having issues in the family, too. Specifically, issues with big egos in a family. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now. Deck number 3. I really hope that this one is different than the other one. Deck number 3. What is coming towards you guys the first 2 weeks of January 2020? What is coming towards the seekers of deck number 3 the first 2 weeks of January 2020? What is coming towards the seekers of deck number 3 the first 2 weeks of January 2021? God, 2021, 2021, 2021. Okay, I kept saying 2020. I think That's not what I meant. 2021. Alright, guys. Please remember to not personal readings. They will not resonate for everyone, and that's okay. No big deal. Just means the reading is for somebody else today. If you guys need a personal reading that only resonates with you, you can contact me through email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. What is coming toward the Seeker of Deck number 3? January 2021. First 2 weeks of January 2021. First 2 weeks of January 2021. Whoa. Queen of the Pentacles. 8 of the Pentacles. 10 of Wands. So it really looks like stress at work, honestly, because the Queen of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles, it's like a working woman, a woman at work, because it's the card of work. He is trying to perfect this. He is working on these, or he's putting them up on this tree to display so that he can show that he is like selling his wares here. And she always kind of strikes me as a customer or a business owner or the manager or something. Somebody who is kind of, I mean, just really working, period, but kind of just focusing on the money. She's the one that like counts the money. Like she's sitting here counting the money, so she feels like a manager to me. And then there's the 10 of Wands, which always looks like a stressful situation. So he's holding on to this. He's doing this. First of all, he's doing it inefficiently. He's not doing this efficiently. He's like, I'm gonna take all of these at once, and this could break his back. This is causing undue stress to his body. Like if he could just take 2 or 3 at one time, he would do less damage than he is doing right now. It really looks like stress at work or stress regarding work. Stress trying to make things work out. Sometimes it's even like stress making ends meet. Normally, the 8 of Pentacles is a very positive card. But with the 10 of Wands here, it doesn't have to be super bad. But even if this person is like getting a raise or getting a promotion, is what I wanted to say, then this person can be stressed out about the new responsibilities, or if they were brought in to bring order to, like, for example, maybe a manager was brought in from a different store to bring order to that store, then they are stressed out because there's so much just disorganization. They're so stressed out about how things are being done inefficiently that they're like, oh my god, like how the hell do I put it all right? 3 of Wands. This could also be like a Capricorn, Taurus, Pisces, Virgo, or Aquarius is what I'm hearing. But those aren't all Earth signs. I wanted the Earth signs, but I got everything else along with it. Oh my goodness. Why? Oh my. Alright. So this looks interesting. You might be finding yourself traveling or stressed out because your ships aren't coming in, but then you. This is the card of ship, like waiting for your ships to come in, like up here looking around, waiting for your ships to come in. And I also get this person as a hobo sometimes because look at his clothes are patched up. He's like wandering around in this forest of trees and standing up here looking for a ship to stow away on. And so I'm kind of getting those as 2 different things. Maybe you're homeless right now, or you feel like you're stressed out because you feel like you might end up homeless and you don't want to be homeless. But what it looks like is you get an offer that it's probably gonna be very emotional because it's like a cup of tears just like overflowing. But it's gonna be like positive news where you're like stressed out maybe about money, and you're hoping that you don't end up like homeless, and then you end up getting good news that is really like emotional, but it's a good offer for you. You might get an offer to buy a house or stay in your house some way, shape, or form. Maybe it's a payment plan or something. But I feel like maybe for 8 months you've been having this stress. It could be like relief. It feels like relief over maybe a vaccine, or relief maybe over the vaccine, or relief over being able to stay in your home, or being able to move to a different place that is positive for your particular situation. Um, it really feels like an emotional relief from the stress. And it feels like a message, but it might come in the form of a younger person coming towards you with an offer. An offer. You guys are the only deck that I've pulled so many cards for. Yeah. All right. So it really is kind of it's an interesting story coming together here, because it's like the first row ends in stress, the second row ends in relief, and the third row ends in a positive end here for you guys. This is at the end. This is like before the end. So it's like whatever situation you guys were really stressed out and worried over, whether it be like being worried that you're gonna get kicked out of your house, or worried that you that that you weren't gonna be able you weren't gonna be able to handle the stress of promotion. It's like if you guys are worried about that stress, you end up with an assistant that offers to help you get through it, and you're able to kind of have the world in your hands for at least a little while, and you're like, I'm able to figure this shit out. I'll be okay, right? I can turn the world this way or that way. I can do this. I can do that. I can turn it upside down if I wanted to. You feel like you have more control over your world, and if you, as you can see, this man is out here with all of these, like the brim of his hat is gone, the top of his hat is gone, his clothes are all tattered. It looks like he's wearing armor because he feels like he's got to wear everything because he might be out in the cold. He doesn't want to like get frostbite, waiting for his ships to come in. It's like his ships finally come in, and it comes in with enough abundance for him to buy a new hat, new cloak. Um, he's able to have more control over his life with the world in his hands, and he's able to like have a place to stay because he's in his wall. It's like he's at his house, and he's able to have a place to stay. And this is the card of moving forward victoriously. This person has won the battle, but there's like still a war going on in the background. But they're coming home. They're coming home. Well, is this a war or a battle? I think if they're coming home with these things on their heads, which kind of indicates victory, they've probably won the war. It feels like for you guys, you've been having an extremely difficult time. And it's like you hit that wall with the 8, 10, and then you start over, and then you end up going toward the 6, and then you get to end that situation and move on towards something else, which is very positive. So it looks like you guys have a stressful situation, whether it be from work. It feels like work or home, honestly. You're wondering when your ships come in, your ships finally fucking come in. A writer comes in with an offer. You get the relief because you take the offer and you're able to move into a place where you are more comfortable, happier with what you need because he's got clothes, he's got a place to stay. Looks like he's been eating. He's got the world in his hands. He's not waiting for his ships to come anymore. He knows when his ships are coming in now. He's not like, oh my god, I'm having hard times here. And then you get to win that particular war in your life, and that brings closure to the situation. which is really good. Well, look, I like the way the energy kind of changes too, because it's like she's up here looking toward the past. And from my perspective, she's looking toward the past, and she's worried over this pinnacle. Like, oh my god, this is my last one. What am I gonna do? And then the energy moves toward that way because the man on the 8 is looking toward the future. Even the man on the 10 is looking toward the future. It's like, I'm stressed out about the future. And then this person is kind of like looking, taking stock of what is really going on right now. Maybe while they're looking at the present, they are able to formulate a plan as to how to make things work, even when if these ships don't come in, right? And a lot of us in the U.S. are waiting for our stimulus checks, and a lot of us are already getting them, even though they might not be for the amount that we really need. We'll take anything right now, right? So you're like, okay, what can I do now? And then this offer, this relief comes finally, and you're like, oh, thank God. Whew, I don't have to sell my house right now. I can use this to float along until I get myself together. And then you're able to maybe not live super lavishly, but live more comfortably. And then you're eventually able to gain traction and move forward in a more positive way. And it brings closure to that situation, right? So maybe you just needed enough money to pay bills so your stuff didn't get cut off. Or you didn't have to, you could pay rent for that particular um, situation or whatever. Maybe you want to move to a house, something. This just looks really good because it looks like positive movement forward and then closure on the stressful situation. So I hope that made some sense, guys. I think I repeated myself like 4 times. And I just hope that it works out for you guys, honestly and truly. Um, it looks positive. It's a lot of energy moving toward the future. And yeah, don't stress yourself out too bad and try and go with the flow here when it comes to moving forward. So I'm scatterbrained today and I'm also hungry. All right, that's it. I hope everything works out for you. Comment below with whatever the situation is. I would love to know. Don't forget also to like and share and subscribe if you guys need a personal reading. My information is down below. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.